back, WMMA scene now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you tonight with a big fight review. We're going to UFC 239 bantamweight division championship fight. Defending champ Amanda Nunes, the Lioness, coming in at 17-4, defending her title against Holly, the preacher's daughter Holm, coming in at 12-4. This fight, you could feel the electricity going on, before the fight started. They come forward in the middle. Holly Holm takes the center of the cage at first, and she's trying to keep the distance. She's landing those side kicks to the lead leg. Those oblique kicks, as some of the commentators call them. Amanda Nunes looking to time the big right hand. At one point, like a little over a minute in, Holly Holm manages to stun Nunes and drive her back a little bit. Nunes actually stumbles a little bit, and that gets Nunes' attention. But within like 15 to 20 seconds after that, Nunes drives forward, and she manages to hit Holly with a left, and then she grazes her with the big right. And just grazing Holm with that right, it totally changes the game, I thought, for the rest of the fight, because Holm went from being in the center of the octagon to now being on the one on the outside circling around, and it was Nunes that was really driving the pace. So Holm was now circling on the outside, trying to land that lead, that side kick to the lead leg of Nunes. Nunes would occasionally come forward, looking to land that right. There were at one point, Nunes landed a nice right high kick early that seemed very nice. I think Holly Holm landed a kick to the body that was nice. A couple of times, Nunes drove forward to engage in the clinch and was landing some nice knees. The second time she clinched, she landed a couple nice knees and tried to trip Holm to the mat. She kind of got Holm down, but Holm landed on her knees and got a really nice whizzer and was able to use the whizzer to stand right back up and get the separation she needed. So that was really nice defense on Holm's part of the trip takedown. More of the oblique kicks from Holm. Nunes drove forward again a couple more times, each time trying to get the right hand. Now Holm at one point, and this was really the beginning of the end, Holm landed a kick to the body of Nunes, and Nunes fainted off of the body kick. Nunes fainted, and Holm kind of covered up a little bit as she was coming down from the bot. Or no, sorry, Holm kind of covered up a little bit and went to land one of those oblique kicks again, but didn't really throw it because she was too busy covering up. She was cowering away from the right hand. And that's when Nunes landed a huge right high kick, sent Holm driving down to the mat. Holm wasn't completely out, but Nunes came forward, landed 3-4 punches before referee Mark Goddard intervened, pushed Nunes away, giving Nunes the win via KO, TKO, 4 minutes, 10 seconds of round number 1. Your winner, still champion, Amanda the Lioness Nunes. Congratulations to her. So, things to work on. For Nunes, I think it's hard to say what she should work on. I mean, she had basically a flawless performance, and you can see in this fight and a little bit in her last one just how much she is growing as a fighter. You're starting to see that she is now able to make the necessary micro adjustments in the middle of the fight that she needs to make in order to find the openings. Like when she threw the feints that made Holm to cover up, she knew that was a perfect time for that high kick. I mean, that was just amazing. Nunes is, she's like 21 fights in her career now. 18-4, so 22 fights into her pro career. She's still growing. She's still evolving as a fighter. It's amazing. Uh, Holm, on the other hand, she's really at the end of her career. She's 37 years old. She's 5-5 now in the UFC. She's lost more than she's won recently. I mean, as far as what to work on, there's so much. I mean, she's just, I don't think she can evolve at this point. I think, so which brings me to matches to make now. Nunes is likely going up to featherweight to fight the winner of Felicia Spencer versus Chris Cyborg. That's the likely matchup. Down at bantamweight, she could face either Ketlin Vieira is still up in the rankings, although she's been out for quite a while. Also, the winner of this weekend's fight between Jermaine Darandami versus Aspen Ladd. Now, Holm has a win like 4 years ago over Darandami. Only 4 fights ago for Darandami because she's not the most active fighter. For Aspen Ladd, that's like instant death for Aspen Ladd. For Holm, like I said, you're 37. You're not gonna. She's not going to evolve. Not staying at Jackson Winklejohn, at least anyway. And she's never going to leave there. I honestly think the best thing for her is to go ahead and retire. I mean, she had a good career. She was a boxing champ. She was a UFC champ. No one's ever going to forget that she knocked out Ronda Rousey with that right high kick. But now she just got beat with her best weapon. I don't think it'd be a bad idea for her to retire at this point. What else do I want to talk about? A lot of people are talking about Amanda Nunes being the greatest of all time. I'm still going to argue that there is no such thing as a greatest of all time in the sport of mixed martial arts. The sport's still too young. But if someone can present their arguments about Amanda Nunes, it is going to be hard to argue against her being the greatest fighter currently. Yeah, it's going to be very hard to argue against that. Anyway, that was the fight. I thought it was an amazing fight. I thought it was an amazing night of events. I mean, UFC 239 was, for the most part, on fire. It was just so many good fights, good finishes, good performances, a couple stinkers, but it was a great fight. Really a great cap off to it. Even though it wasn't the main event, to me that was like my main event. But let me know what you thought about the fight in the comments down below. And likes are always appreciated. And what are you waiting for? Subscribe to WMMA now. We're the best, fastest growing women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. And we'll see you next time.